And this is Action Movies for Dummies. And today we are going over Jade. I am the hostess with the mostest, MJ, and my brother, my solidary brother in stupidity, Shakes.
What? Oh, thank you. Thank you. I think you're being mean, but I'll take it.
Yeah, we're going over Jade today. It was a movie I seen on the Hiya app. I thought it was going to be a badass movie. It
It was a
it
badass movie.
it didn't disappoint, but disappointed.
It was, if you leave the ass off, it was bad acting, but as far as the action goes, it was pretty badass.
Right.
I enjoyed it. All right, so Jade came out in 2025, and yet no one has heard of it. I think right now you can only watch it on Hiya and on Tubi,
Oh,
which
nice.
I will just throw out there, and I'm not being paid for it. Huge fan of Tubi. I'm a huge fan. Anyway, Jade came out in 2025. Our main character, it says, introducing, in the opening credits, Shayna West. Um, I,
So I'm guessing that's her first movie,
I, I looked and it doesn't appear to be, but it says introducing.
maybe as a lead character. Who
Maybe,
knows? Yeah.
maybe. And then our bad guy is Mickey Rourke.
How did
Where
they afford this?
I I don't think it's all that much money to get Mickey Rourke in 2025 to do anything.
Yeah,
And
just give him a pack of smokes and a beer. He'll probably show
no,
up.
you know what? It's an action movie, so you got to give him cigars. Yeah, it
Oh,
can't be cigarettes. No, has to
status,
be
status.
cigars. I don't understand. I never noticed until we started doing this project how many action movies have dudes smoking cigars. There's got to
Good
be
guys and
something.
bad guys.
Yeah, there has to be something in the like tobacco industry where they're making money off of it somehow.
It's
I
like
don't
written
know.
in a contract.
Yeah, I think it's a
Anytime you make a movie,
conspiracy.
yeah.
Pretty sure it's a conspiracy, and you'll probably be able to see it recently or quite soon on Tubi.
A documentary,
Right? And
3-part.
all the movie also has Mark Dacascos,
Mm,
who you would know if you saw him because he has been doing action movies off and on since like the 80s.
yeah, yeah.
And finally is Kristen McNamara, who, if you are a fan of DC TV shows, she was the daughter that was going to be the next Green Lantern.
Ooh,
And apparently she was in The Flash. She did a few episodes. So I think it was all CW.
okay.
But she actually got a Critics' Choice Award for her character in that series.
Oh, hell yeah. Stats here. I like
And
it.
she plays the sister-in-law, her
Okay.
brother's girlfriend, wife, whatever.
Yeah. Oh, so she's Layla.
She's
Yeah, okay.
Layla, yeah.
All right. Um, so Jade, first impressions. What you got?
Well, like I said before, bad acting, really good action movie though, as far as the choreography, that kind of stuff.
Right.
Um, Camera work was really well done, which was
Mm,
surprising for a movie of this caliber.
right.
Um, Nothing against the movie, but one thing I did notice on Hiya,
Hmm.
which basically just shows you foreign movies, that's their biggest platform, is foreign
Right.
movies. You can't get subtitles. I mean, this is in English. I understand that. But you don't have the option of subtitles on a foreign movie app.
And we are hard at hearing. So we subtitle
Oh, well,
everything.
I'm sorry. What was that? Dang, Chris.
Yeah, when I seen it on the Hiya app, I mean, the picture is a yellow and black outfit on her. It's like a crop top. She kind of looks like Bruce Lee. She's carrying a sword. She's got a big ass afro, and I was super excited, super excited. I was like, cool. Turned on the movie. First thing I seen was Redbox Entertainment. I said, oh god, okay, all right, all right. I didn't even know Redbox put out movies themselves. I know they rented movies. I didn't know they made movies. But once I got into it, yeah, the acting is mm.
It's not the worst. I've seen far worse.
This is true. They actually give an effort, but it just seems like they don't have the proper training. Most of them, you know,
Right.
and
Yeah.
and they really do give the effort. And whoever edited this movie, please give me a goddamn call, because
It
you
was,
did a fantastic job throughout the entire movie.
I'm sitting there watching it, and some of the camera work was so impressive for the
Oh, definitely,
caliber of movie this is.
definitely,
It didn't match.
right,
It
right,
didn't. I mean, it was excellent to watch. Don't get me
right.
wrong.
And whoever did choreography, also whoever did the fight scenes, man, that was y'all put some work into that.
Yep.
All right, so we're gonna see how far they did get into work. You ready to get in, bro?
Let's do it.
All right. So the movie opens up to a really cool animation style that tells the story of Jade and her brother and how their parents were killed in London. They move to London after
No.
their parents are killed,
Yes.
and they join a club. We'll keep it at that for right now. They join a club and they start this life of crime. But Jade accidentally kills her own brother. She shoots him and kills him. And from that point on, she swore to never fire a gun for as long as she lives. Um, I'm gonna say now that turns out to be a lie. The
Yeah. Yeah.
movie.
Yeah. Well, her back is against the wall, and she has no choice.
Oh, we'll get there. the movie the movie opens up to Jade standing in the park, and it shows this awesome back angle of her walking with this sick panther art on the back of her jacket and this sick crazy afro. I thought that was a really cool opening shot. They didn't show her
Yeah.
face or anything just yet. They showed her walking towards a building, this back angle, and it was a really cool shot
Right. But
for how they did that.
real
Mhm.
quick, let me stop you there. Uh, in also in the beginning, they talk about how she left London and went to the 505,
Mm,
uh, which happens to be New Mexico. So the rest of this movie takes place in New Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah.
All right. She arrives at an apartment where a woman is exiting the door, but then the door swings open and she's met by a woman who clearly does not want her there, but she lets her in anyway. Then we have a random jump cut to 24 hours later. It's big ass letters. It shows Jade in a Jeep with a man, and he's going over her charges. And they show little small clips of her kicking ass and beating ass and shooting people and stuff like that.
Which is
This,
odd
mm-hmm,
because most movies they'll show you like they're in the shit, right? Like
right,
they're all beat up and busted up, and then all of a sudden flash to 24 hours earlier, and they'll be fine, and they give you the story up until that point. But in this movie, they're actually showing you some of the action you're about to see.
very odd,
It's
very odd
very
take.
it's very
Yeah,
strange.
it is a very odd take on that. The scene jumps back to the apartment where Jade and Layla are talking, where we find out that Layla is pregnant with Jade's brother's child. Jade tries to give her money. She tries to give it back, but Jade says it's for her and the baby, and that the baby is the last bit of her family, so please do not shut her out. Remember all of this, because this plays later. This
Oh,
plays
and there are tears
hugely.
involved. There are
Tears?
tears involved in this scene. Yes. Not from me.
Oh, yes.
No, from Jade.
Oh, yes,
No,
yes.
I
She
did not
she
shed a
eked out
tear
a
throughout. Spoiler alert, I did not cry once during this entire movie. Just throwing that out there.
yeah, she does eke out a crocodile tear there or two. Um, Scene then jumps to okay. This is where things start to get wonky. Scene then jumps to Jade walking at night, and a car pulls up next to her, and a man points a gun at her and tells her get the fuck in the car. He then lowers the gun and laughs and tells her to get in. When she gets in, they have this argument where I think the script only said fuck.
Right, because every other word.
The
And
script only said fuck in that section.
yeah, you find out that they're actually friends or workmates or
I
he's
think gang
part of the
members together.
club.
Yeah,
Yeah,
club
they're both part
members.
of the club, but they like each other well enough.
Right. So Jay gets in, they argue a bit. He then goes and rummages through her bag and pulls out a hard drive. Said that he needs to bring this back to the club. It's club business. It's above your pay grade. Don't worry about it. As Jade is getting out of the car, a man in a cowboy hat creeps up along the driver's side door and tries to pull Logan out of the car and says that he stole something. But Logan breaks free and pulls off. A truck follows behind him. That leaves Jade and the cowboy hat man standing there. Jade then takes off her jacket and throws it in the cowboy man's face, runs off, and in what looks to be a cemetery of some sort.
Yeah, I couldn't figure out what that was.
It looked very odd. It was just a bunch of cement pillars. It looked like it
Yeah,
was weird.
look like rectangular tombstones, like
Right.
perfectly lined up, perfectly in order. But one other thing, and earlier when she's in the car
Yeah.
with Logan,
Mhm.
um, I mean, she's clearly English. She's got the English accent, and then yeah, Logan at one point he's like, "Get out of the car," and I'm like, "Oh my God, he's Canadian."
They
And
have no
then the
region.
the dude in the cowboy hat rolls up, and he's Latino. Well, he's
Yeah,
probably New Mexican,
New Mexico.
and I was like, this show's got everything.
Everything. It's inclusive. It's inclusive as hell. Now,
Yeah.
you remember when I told you things get wonky? Here's where things get wonky. Nobody in this fucking movie can aim worth a
Oh
shit.
my God. I got to the point where I would just laugh
Dude,
because there must, and just in this scene alone, there's got to be 75, 80 gunshots that are peeled off. And oh my God.
so the cowboy hat man tries to shoot Jade and misses horribly. And I mean horribly. So badly that Jade hits a dead end, stops running completely. She
Yes.
stops running completely, and he still whiffs 5 or 6 shots.
Yeah.
And another funny thing that I thought about this, when she looks to her right and sees the little opening into the warehouse,
Right. The
right as
hole in
she
the
look
wall.
right as she looks over there, he shoots. He
Yeah.
shot right where she looked.
That's probably the only reason she found it. He drew her attention to the hole in the wall where she could crawl in and stand around while you still hear gunshots going off towards her.
Yeah. Yeah, weirdest shit ever.
Yeah.
So Jade makes her way into this weird house. And a common theme in this movie that we will come across that fucking frustrated me was the walking around segments. It's like a video game. Like you have the walking segments in video games. This movie had at least 4 or 5 scenes where they were just walking in a circle. So
Hey,
this is the first scene of Jade just walking in a circle for like 10 minutes.
yeah, you probably could have cut a half hour of this movie out if you had gotten rid of just I'm running down this hallway. No, I'm taking a right and running down this hallway. Now I'm running through this and I'm running through that. It would have
Yeah.
been, it also would have saved you on a lot of gunshots.
Right. A lot of
Cause
ammo. A lot of
that,
ammo.
that it was all, it was, seems like every time they were showing you going from one area to another for 10 minutes, it was just gunfire, constant
Right.
gunfire.
Yeah. So she walks around this warehouse for 10 minutes for no reason because she then finds her way back to the road where Logan screeches up and hands her the hard drive and tells her that she needs to take it and that she can't lose it. She can't lose it again. Apparently she had it before and lost it. I don't know how that works. But the truck that was chasing Logan then pulls up. Logan then says shit, slams in the reverse, and starts shooting. They just start making popping noises. There's no gunfight here. Yeah, like you
No,
don't see one. All right.
no, it's
Jade
just
runs.
gunshots.
Jade gets away to yet another warehouse where she walks around again. But I think this particular one was to get her figure because they had her walk around for a minute and then it was just a full on shot of her walking towards the camp. I think they just wanted to get a hello nurse shot in there.
Yeah, well, they got it. It was impressive.
Oh yeah, they I said hello nurse.
Yeah, you sure did.
she then she then hears men entering, so she takes off. And then she hides but by what looks like some costumes. And she takes the box and she slips it into a little pouch. A little tidbit about this box. Every time you see the box, it makes this whistling noise. Woo woo woo. It's
Right.
so weird.
And it also looks different later on.
Every time you see it, it
Yeah,
looks different.
yeah, it's like they kept losing it along the
Or
movie or something, and they had to
change
come up with a new
change the
one.
box. Yeah. So,
Yeah, I don't.
three men are clearing the warehouse looking for Jade. One guy does a really shitty job of clearing a wide open empty room because Jade somehow sneaks up behind him. He swings around to try and shoot her, but she grabs his gun, breaks his hand, takes his gun, but gun butts him like 37 times, and then he spits out Tic Tacs that are supposed to be teeth.
I'll tell you something about that scene. I'm watching it, and he played a character in the first season of True Detective. His name was Red. And I was like, oh, cool, Red is in
No
this.
shit.
And about the time I finished saying that, he's dead. I was like, oh, okay. Well, he got some work.
Hey, it's like they was like, we need some names, we need some faces. Here's $20. We're
Yeah.
working in this small warehouse. Can you come and help us out? And they're like, all right, fuck it, we got you.
Yeah. And
You know?
they probably put the ad out on like MySpace.
Not even Craigslist. Not even Craigslist.
For anybody that's still got MySpace, please come here and
It's fucking 2025. Holy shit. Jade then makes for an exit, and as she gets out, she gets hit in the back of the very large afro by a henchman with a wooden plank. Boo. Damn it. She's caught. Jade wakes up zip-tied to a
Man,
chair.
let me tell you,
Yeah.
for all the fighting she can do, she gets knocked the fuck out.
Dude, she gets fucked up in this movie.
It was like she can take all this stuff, but you bonk her on the head, that's it.
That's it.
Like
Out cold.
she got like a glass melon or something, and that's why she keeps that giant afro. It's like a cushion.
But it doesn't cushion anything because you get hit
really,
and it goes down.
It really doesn't. And another fun fact, that's really her hair.
Oh no shit! I thought that was a wig.
Yes.
I thought that was a wig.
I think she wore a headband to keep her hair up. right along the
Oh,
hairline.
that makes sense.
But I see
Okay.
pictures of her at, like, award shows and stuff. Her hair's that big, dude.
Really?
I mean,
Nice. Nice.
that hair would be big on a clown.
Right.
Just saying.
All right. Jade wakes up zip tied to a chair, and Logan is zip tied to a chair as well. And he is getting worked the fuck over. A guy in a suit ask him where it is. He does. We are assuming it's the box he's looking for. Logan
Right.
says he doesn't know. Suit Man then grabs a hammer, hands it to the henchman, and tells him go to work, but hit the knees because a broken jaw doesn't do much. But the knees are something special. So he hits him along the knees with the hammer. Logan's in pain, and then he hits him across the nose with the hammer, and Logan's in pain. And then the henchman then hands the hammer to the suit man, and the suit man then takes a swing and knocks Logan senseless. The suit turns to her and pretty much says, "You're next." The henchman walks over to a table and grabs a half-cut lemon.
Oh, hold on. I gotta add this.
Okay.
So they're both tied in a chair. Jade and Logan.
Right.
Both tied in a chair in an empty warehouse setting.
Right.
This is the torture room. So there's two chairs, and then a little bit off to the left is a whole wet bar. Like, I have now decided I need to change the style of my torture room that I am someday going to build, and I have to make sure I have room for a wet bar.
You never know when you need a drink or a
I
lemon.
mean, they had drinks in like crystal,
Yes.
like in crystal bottles.
Yes.
There's just
Insane.
this wet bar in an empty warehouse with two torture chairs. That's the entire motif.
So the henchman goes to this wet bar and grabs a half-cut lemon and hands it to the guy in the suit. And the guy in the suit goes, "Oh, yeah." And he pours some of the lemon all over Logan's face. And Logan goes, "You son of a bitch." And out of nowhere, Logan gets shot in the head by
Yeah.
the one star they could afford, Mickey Rourke. He
Mickey
comes
Rourke.
strutting in. And the cool thing I thought was fucking cool, I got excited when I seen his henchman, his personal henchman, his personal bodyguard. His personal bodyguard. I look at him and I know the second I see him, I said, "Oh my God, it's the Dean of Mean Keith Jardine from the UFC." He was not a very good fighter, but I loved the man. He was awesome. And then he tried his hand in movies. I have no idea how many movies he's done. I've seen him in maybe 3 or 4 of them. Never in a leading role or anything like that. They're usually bit parts or something like that. But I
Right.
got super excited when I seen Keith Jardine strut in with Mickey Rourke. Come on.
I could see that.
What a rub. What
That's
a
like
rub.
that's like when I saw Red from True Detective, and I was like, "Oh, cool. Oh, he's dead." You got a little more time with your celebrity than I did.
Yes, absolutely. So Mickey Rourke tells them to beat up Jade, get some information on the box. So they pull her down to this basement. In the middle of working Jade over, the henchman decides to step away and play the chop chop game. If you don't know what the chop chop game is, it's the little hand knife game where you try and get the knife in between your fingers without stabbing your hand to death.
Found out
But-
it is also called the 5-finger fillet game.
Ooh, 5-finger fillet. Yeah, that dude was filleting his fucking fingers
He
up.
was not good at the game.
He is shit at the game, and Jade makes sure to tell him, as she calls him a discount Brad Pitt, and says he is shit at the game, which prompts him to get up and slap the holy shit out of Jade.
Yeah.
This is where me and Shakes are kind of talking, where the camera work is fantastic, because us telling you how the camera work is doesn't really show you how the camera work is. But this part right here, I can really describe it, because when he slaps her, she falls over as she's tied up in this chair, and the camera goes to like this little muffled, distorted sound to show her disorientation.
Right.
And then as he sits her back up, it warps back into normal sound. I thought that was fucking awesome.
And when he hits her, the camera follows her face all the way to the ground.
Right.
And then you get this like ringing, muffled sound, like you
Mhm.
watch other movies where somebody has a bomb go off near them, and that's what they hear.
Right.
And in this, the screen almost goes blurry.
Yeah.
But then when he picks her back up, the camera follows her right back up again.
And then
Yeah,
it
it was
snaps back into normal sound. It was that I thought that was really, really well done.
very well done.
Yeah, well done. As he goes to hit her again, she says, "Stop, wait." And he says, "What?" And she says, "Always bet on black." She's apparently quoting a Wesley Snipes line. I do not know the line. Do you know the line,
I
Shakes?
believe it's from Passenger 57.
Oh, fuck.
I could be wrong. I didn't look it up. This is just a wild guess, but it could have been Blade.
Oh, shit. Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
He hits her again and goes back to stabbing up his fingers in his low game. Jade says she's actually pretty good at the game and convinces him to move her closer to the table. He zip ties her hand to the table and leaves the other hand free so she can grab the knife and play the little game.
Yeah, you're
The
going to give
hench-
your prisoner a free hand and a knife.
But
Oh, this is brilliant.
to defend himself, hold on. He doesn't not think this through. He then picks up the hammer and tells her, "If you try anything, I'll cave your fucking skull in." So Jade says, "Duly noted." And then she goes off to show her skills.
Right.
And she's way better than the henchman, but as the henchman is dazzled by these knife, chop skills, she takes the opportunity to stab him in the knee, cut herself free, and then slice him across the chest. They have a little fight that actually turns out to be pretty good. But Jade then gets the upper hand, gets him in a headlock, and then it jump cuts. It doesn't show her finishing the fight, actually.
Right.
Odd decision there.
Right.
That to me was weird to do, because every other scene you see the person get finished.
Yeah. But
And
not here.
this, not here. It's just a headlock and then it jump cuts. Jade makes her escape, and as she tries cars, she finds a dirt bike and she takes off. As
Yeah,
she tries
there's
to,
like 4 luxury cars, and she's trying them, and then she sees a dirt bike, and she's like, "Hell yeah!"
as she pulls off, she gives the middle finger to the henchman that she did not kill. He shoots at her, but the suited henchman says, "Don't kill her. She knows where the box is." Mickey comes out and says, "How the fuck did you let her go?" And kills the henchman that let her get away. Jade runs straight to Layla,
Right.
runs right to her, puts her straight into the middle of danger, tells her about the box, and tells her that she wants to go to the police. Layla says that she should give it to the club. Jade says that she'll use it as a bargaining chip to get some money to get out of town. But as Jade leaves, Layla kind of shoots a nasty look and grabs her phone. Scene then cuts to a hot dog stand named the Doghouse.
The Doghouse.
That has
Great
nothing
name
to
for a
do with
hot
the
dog
story.
stand.
Yeah, that has nothing to do with the story, but that was an awesome name for a hot dog stand. All right. So it cuts to 2 men sitting in a car. One of the men is the narrator from the animation in the beginning. They're
We're
both sitting-
30 minutes in, and we're just now meeting the narrator.
Right. That and okay, I'll get to that in a second.
Yeah. I was gonna let it go as well.
So it cuts to it's 2 men sitting in the car, and they're talking about how the boss wants them to find this box as well. One of the men receives a phone call and a text message with an address. They pull up to the crime scene that Jade was just involved in, with the shooting in the parking lot and Jade receiving a box and Logan getting into a shootout. They're pulling up to that crime scene, and they somehow see Jade randomly standing there at the crime scene that she was involved in.
Right.
No sense. Why would she even double back? They then grab her and say that, oh, she's in a violent gang, and they offer her a ride home. Shakes, do you have the quote the one
Okay,
cop
so
said?
these two cops are completely likable. They are clearly like best friends. They rip on each other, they joke with each other, and they ask her a question, and she's like, "What's that supposed to mean?" He's like, "Let me ask you another question. You're in the middle of the desert, and the wheels fall off of your sailboat. How many pancakes can you stack in a barn?"
And Jade says, that doesn't make any sense.
Like,
No,
neither
what
is your
doesn't make any
story.
sense? Yeah, you know what doesn't make any sense? You being at a crime scene with as a known gang member. And I'm like, how does the what? How does what?
Loved it. Loved it. I'm gonna have to memorize that whole line and just
Holy
throw it at
shit.
people on random. Like, what are
Holy
you
shit.
instead of saying just what are you talking about? Let me ask you a question.
Oh my goodness. Quick jumps to cowboy hat man getting a text message and jumping in the truck that chased Logan, and now they're pulling off. The scene then jumps to the cops and Jade pulling up to where Jade is supposedly live, but it's an open parking lot. It's nothing there. But the truck, cowboy hat man, is already there. Jade explains to the cops that those are the ones that tried to kill her earlier. As two cops say they're going to go check it out, turns out that the cowboy hat man and
Wait.
his partner are cops, and they kill the real cops.
Yeah, so our narrator that we just found out is the narrator is now dead.
Died 3 minutes into his role.
But before he died during the car ride, the one cop, the narrator, actually called Jade Bruce Leroy.
And then they make a little
Yeah. Oh, and there's a couple of times where Jade will turn her head and you'll hear this
oh, from the hair.
I just like a swishing sound that they put in, I guess for the hair. I guess to
Yeah.
simulate the hair.
Like I said, the editing to this shit is awesome, man. Like the dude who did the editing really took his time and like put his heart into it, because it came out pretty good.
Yeah, I know I rip on every movie we watch, but
Right, me
no,
too.
I honestly enjoyed this one. I
Yeah.
got a lot more out of it than I thought I was going to get in the first 10 minutes.
Right. So the scene then jumps to some kind of party and lots and lots and lots of cocaine. The headman, Ortiz, gets a call, and it's Mickey on the other line. He tells Ortiz that he has Jade and he wants to exchange for the hard drive. Jade is once again tied up. Mickey and Keith walk in and explain that they know about Layla and that Keith is going to go pick her up. Jade then says that she will take them to the hard drive. Scene then jumps to 3 men driving Jade to a warehouse where everybody is armed big gun style. Like,
Very much so.
very big gun style. This, I'm gonna say this here because this became very weird to me. Jade started limping for the rest
Yeah,
of the movie. I have no idea if she got hurt during a scene or something, but
there must have been a deleted scene.
something, because she is limping super, like, noticeably through the
Honestly,
rest of the movie.
I had been smoking while I was watching this, and I thought maybe I just forgot. But I'm really glad you clarified that because I was like, I don't remember her getting her leg hurt.
Yeah, but she's limping. She's limping big style here. She's it's very, very noticeable, and it's like that through pretty much the rest of the movie, which
Yeah,
I
it's
thought was
not.
very odd.
But I also enjoy when you get injured, you stay injured. in a
Right.
movie. It's
Right.
not like you wake up the next morning and that gash across your face is completely gone.
That's good.
Or yeah, I don't like that.
Right. So we quick cut to Layla getting picked up by Keith Jardine, but you don't really see that. He knocks on the door and she stares at the door and she says, "Hello."
Yeah,
And then it
hello.
and then it cuts back to Jade standing there with the three men. The gang is standing on the other side, and Ortiz is walking up all head honcho style. Big boy style, right?
Yeah.
Jade then tells him that these men killed Logan. Ortiz tells Jade to come in, but Mickey's men aren't having it. So they have a little bit of a standoff. Ortiz is smoking a joint and he throws it on the ground, which prompts one of his gang members to then fire a round at a guy. And it slows the bullet down and it reveals that the bullet says "fuck you"
Fuck
on the
you.
side.
Fuck you.
I thought that was funny as shit. They kill the other guy, and then they chase down the last guy, kill him too. Jade takes off during all this gunfire, but Ortiz follows her. Jade hits yet another dead end where she walks around for 5-6 minutes. And then as she tries to come back through the same door she came in, Ortiz steps in. He tells her that he needs that drive and that she messed up a deal of a lifetime. Jade tries to leave, but Ortiz knocks the shit out of her, and then they begin to fight. As they're rolling around and fighting, Jade then sees that Ortiz has a knife on him. She grabs the knife, slashes at him a couple times, stabs him in the leg, slashes him in the back, but he backhands her and makes her stumble and drop the knife. Ortiz then scoops it up and tries to stab Jade. Jade then fights him bare hand, gets the knife back, gets the upper hand, and slices his throat from a rear naked choke slash. And as she falls back against the wall, it sprays against the wall fatality in a Mortal Kombat style.
It really does. And I know this has nothing to do with this movie, but in Mortal Kombat Annihilation, there was a character named Jade. Just it has nothing to do with this. Trust me, I've looked.
Trust
But
me,
the
I
fact
looked.
I did. Hey, I do lots of research for very short periods of time.
Holy shit. Jade gets to Layla's place and sees that she's not there. As she goes to leave, a man named Reese calls out to her. Knows her from her childhood and trained her in London. So this is the policeman from the truck in the 24-hour scene.
Yeah, he's like a father figure to her.
Father figure, yeah, overseer, guardian, but he's been lying to her also. He said that her father said that he owned a gym and that he trained her, but he actually is like Interpol or something like that. He says he needs to drive as well. Jade says she can't trust anyone, not even him. He gets Jade to agree to go with him to get the drive, but before they leave, she tries to call Layla, but Mickey picks up. Says she has an hour to trade the box for Layla, but she does not tell Reese. As they go to get in the truck, Reese's partner gets shot in the face.
Yes.
Reese then shoves Jade into the truck, pulls off, and drives straight at the man who's shooting at them and missing horribly. How did they kill the one man that did not have any lines? Square in the face, too. Like, square in the face.
Like, nobody could shoot anything. Like, and then all of a sudden he gets shot dead in the face.
Dead in the face. And as Reese is driving straight at him.
It must have been like a misfire. Like the gun accidentally went off, and that's how he actually shot
He's
someone.
pulling it out of his pants.
Right.
Oh.
Right. He's got like a hole in his zipper now. And that's the only reason he actually shot someone. Like this was more of a melee movie than
Right.
it was not a gun movie. Not at all.
No, they tried so hard to make it like a gun food type movie, but
They
it
didn't
did
really try that hard.
no.
They
So
really didn't try that hard.
Reese drives straight at the man. The man misses 15 shots easily. Jade tells Reese to get out of the car and lays down fire for her. And he kills the one man, but two more aimless henchmen come running up. As Reese is handling this, Jade takes this opportunity to run off. Reese then kicks the living shit out of these two men, steals one of their ammo to load his own gun to kill the both of them.
Yeah, I did like that. I'm just going to borrow this for a second, fellas. That was not lost on me. I was like, he didn't even he used his own gun with their bullets.
That made me giggle, yo. That made me laugh so hard.
That's even more personal. I mean,
Right?
that's like, my bullets, huh? But you like your gun better than mine. My gun wasn't good enough to kill me with. Is that what you're saying?
Scene jumps to Jade getting the hard drive. Doo-doo-doo-doo-doo. And in front of Mickey's mansion. Remember,
Yeah.
I say mansion. A big ass fucking house. Clearly a big ass house. Okay?
Yeah.
Keep that in the back of your mind. Mickey walks out. Jade says she's not giving up the drive until she knows Layla's okay. Keith Jardine then walks Layla out. Layla says, give him the drive. Keith Jardine backhands the living shit out of her, and Jade gives the drive up. Mickey then says, take her into the desert, kill her, bring me the drive. The three men tried to pull off Jade, but Jade then kicks the living shit out of the three men. She takes one of their. She takes one
fight scene.
It was. It actually was a pretty good fight.
It was a really good fight scene.
She takes the knives off of one of the men and cuts his throat and grabs her bag and runs off. So, as she continues on through this gate, she runs into two aimless henchmen, of course. She handles them pretty easily. She gets up to go and run. Another guy comes. She does this slide attack and knocks him out with the slide attack. She reaches the fence door. It swings open, and there's another aimless henchman. But this one has an assault rifle, and he is going hog fucking wild with this thing. He is unloading every bullet that assault rifle magazine holds. I don't think he reloaded, but he just kept shooting.
Right.
Jade retreats. And she remembers that she has this pick in her afro.
Oh my God, and this pick is the size of a grown man's hand.
And it has a grown man's hand on the end of it.
My God, it's just a hair pick.
She takes a deep breath, pops out from cover, and throws the pick directly in the man's face.
This pick... Okay, a hair pick has like all these prongs on the end, and then there's like a hard plastic base, and then you get the handle. The hard plastic base was in the man's head.
Yeah. Only thing you really saw was the fist.
So deep. All you really saw was the handle, and then at the top of his head, a couple of spokes. And I remember yelling at the screen, no, that's not how that works. That is.
She continues on and finds this hatch that leads to the underground of this mansion. Remember that I'm saying mansion, please.
It is a big place.
Jade finds a random door where she walks around aimlessly once again. She opens the door and she finds this manager who then asks her in Spanish, what the fuck are you doing here? She then kicks the living shit out of this man, takes his screwdriver, and stabs him twice and kills him.
Yeah.
As she's walking down the hall, a man is coming out of the bathroom.
Yeah.
They make eye contact, and Jade side kicks him back into the bathroom.
Dude was just taking a leak, man. And she doesn't know anything about him. He may not even be like a fighter. Maybe he's just like a personal trainer or an accountant.
He clearly wasn't a henchman, because she runs into more henchmen and they're all wearing suits. She beats the living shit out of them. She kills one of them with the screwdriver, and then she pins two of them on opposite walls and uses the screwdriver to stab them alternate style.
Oh yeah, they're each one is on each side of this little narrow hallway, and she's just like, and a left, and a right, and a left, and a right. She's just stabbing the shit out of these guys, and they have nowhere to go. Except maybe down the hall, but at this point it's too late. They're screwed.
Scene jumps to Mickey and Keith trying to get access to this hard drive, but it's empty. It's literally empty. It's just the shell of a hard drive. So the scene then jumps back to Jade making her way down this hallway, where this woman pops out with a gun, and Jade notices that she is scared shitless. So Jade walks her down like Jade does. She disarms her with the screwdriver, pulls apart the gun. She literally disables the gun and throws it into the room and pins her on the door frame with her forearm. And she tells the lady, tell me where Mickey is, because I never got Mickey's name in the movie. So tell me where Mickey is. And
Torque.
Get the fuck out of here.
His name is Torque.
So she wants information on Torque. The lady then tells
better
Jade.
Than Tool. Just saying. Better than Tool. I'd rather be a Torque than a Tool. Although it seems like you get both of those at Home Depot.
No shit. Jade, the lady tells Jade that Torque is on the 5th floor of this mansion. Right. Now, when she goes down the hatch, she goes into, like I said, it's a warehouse under there.
Right.
It's a warehouse. And now she has to make her way up to the 5th floor of this mansion.
I'm pretty sure when I looked at it, there weren't actually 5 floors on it.
No!
Unless they're counting, like, the basement as the 1st floor, which would just be stupid. But it could be a New Mexico thing. I've never been there.
This is true. I don't know how deep they bury their houses there. I gotta look into that. Jade then chokes the woman out with her forearm. As Jade makes her way down the hallway, a henchman pops out with a gun pointed right at her at one end of the hallway. She stands still, and then another henchman comes up behind her and hits her again in the very large afro with yet another 2x4 and knocks her out.
I think this is the 3rd or 4th time she's been knocked out. And if you want to include the time that she got slapped in the face and everything went hazy, I don't know if you call that a knockout, but it was pretty close. But
close.
All you got to do is flick her in the forehead and she's going down.
Dude, she takes a beating. She takes a beating.
But, I mean, she gets stabbed. She gets... all the rest of her body gets, limping for no reason. Probably from all the head injuries. She's probably got a stroke. So her left leg doesn't work that well.
Just going through it, man. Just going through it.
It's not a tumor.
As they're trying to carry her to Torque, Jake then wakes up and beats the shit out of them. And then she breaks one guy's arm that looks very, 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 very real.
Yeah, it was gruesome.
I think She actually broke that guy's arm. Because if you look at him when she does it, he has pure agony on his face. Like you can.
You know, she may be that kind of actress because before there was that one scene where she was fighting the guy and she got him in a chokehold and then they just ended the scene. I
Right.
wonder if she actually killed the actor. That's why they couldn't show it. Like she really gets into her character.
They had to clean up a body.
Yeah, right? You couldn't actually see him die because, then the movie's
She-
never coming out.
She takes her action to another level, man.
Oh, yeah, no, she's dedicated. I have no doubt.
Jade makes her way into this room where it's like this punk rock action movie music playing, and she finds this staff, but the music screeches and turns into this kung fu hip hop when she finds a sword. I
Yeah,
thought that was funny.
She's walking around with this wooden staff, and then she sees the sword, and she's like, wait a minute.
She so then her badassness kind of begins to take form, but not really. I mean, a henchman busts into the room with a gun. She disarms him and beats the shit out of him with the staff. And as she knocks him out, two more aimless henchmen come in and try to shoot her down. She ducks behind this desk and she comes up with a plan. The plan is there are two guns sitting on the desk, so she jumps up and grabs the guns and shoots the men.
Yep.
After she took a vow to never fire another gun as long as she lived.
Yep. And she puts the sword on the floor.
Another funny thing about this, the men fire, 72 bullets at her. She fires 4.
Right. Takes them all out.
And kills them.
Yeah,
Kills the two men.
100%
instantly.
shooting. 100% shooting. 0% on the other side.
They have this awesome little montage of Jade making her way through this warehouse mansion deal.
It is a massacre.
Where she's fighting these men with a gun in one hand and the sword in the other. And
Yeah.
she is demolishing these men to the point where they bring up a little scoreboard that says Jade 38, bad guys fucking 0.
And it looks like it's written in blood, just like it said earlier when it said annihilation. It's in the same font and everything. and this was, like, you want to talk about a climax for a movie? This was it right here. Like, the action is so very good. The camera work in this thing is so very good.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you never want to watch the movie, find just this scene and just spend the 5 minutes to watch this, because it is absolutely worth it.
There is a little funny part during this montage where there's a guy up against the wall and she stabs him too hard and you see her sword bend.
Right. Right.
I was like, damn, if that was a real sword, that dude would be dead, because she is shoving that thing in his chest right now.
Yep.
Jade makes her way to this 5th floor mansion warehouse deal where she finds Mickey, Keith, and Layla. Keith whips out a gun. Remember that. Keith whips out a gun.
Something else to know? Mickey Rourke is smoking a goddamn cigar. I'm gonna find out the truth.
Holy shit. Jade steps in and her sword is covered in blood. Jade tries to broker a deal for Layla's life, but tensions are high. And as Jade steps closer, Keith then puts his gun against Layla's baby bump. Out of nowhere, Layla disarms Keith and points the gun at Mickey. This little part right here kind of pissed me off with the editing.
Yeah.
Because when Jade first walks in, Keith Jardine whips out his gun. When he gets disarmed by Layla, they splice in him whipping out his gun when Jade first enters the room.
Okay, I did not catch that.
Yes.
Again, I had been smoking.
They splice in where he whips out his gun the first time. And I'm like, oh, come on. To try and make it seem like he had two guns on him.
Right.
So, Jade pulls out the hard drive and throws it against the wall and smashes it. And then she picks up her sword, cutting Keith Jardine, causing him to bump into Layla, and she fires the gun and wings Mickey. Jade then cuts Keith's wrist, so he drops the gun. They then shoots and cuts the living shit out of him, and then she stabs him in the knee. While he's kneeled down, she shoots him in the head.
Yep.
With Mickey still alive,
Just winged.
Jade and Layla leave. It cuts back to the 24-hour scene from earlier, where Jade lies to Reese and says she has no idea where the drive is. She doesn't know what happened to him. He doesn't believe her, but he lets her go. Scene then cuts to Layla at the park, where Jade and Layla at the park. Mm-hmm.
Wait, before let me stop you right there. Why did they let Mickey live?
I have no idea.
Okay. And then another big question I have. What the fuck is the device? What does it do?
Hold on. I will definitely get into that because they sprinkled it in there. It wasn't like a this is exactly what's on there, but it's sprinkled in there. I'll get to that one second.
All right.
So scene then cuts to Jade and Layla at the park, where it seems that Jade gives her the hard drive and says that she's leaving town. As they separate, Layla walks up to a car that pulls up. She gives the drive to Mickey. She then walks off, and we find out that she was never pregnant to begin with. It was a fake baby bump. She's actually with the woman that was exiting the apartment when Jade came in the first scene.
What?
Holy shit.
What?
Can you trust anybody,
No.
even pregnant women?
Right. What? that are actually pregnant. They're just wearing a prosthetic to make them look pregnant. And then when she pulls it off, she just throws it on the ground. I was like, man, you're in a park. Find a wastebasket or something.
Litter bug.
I threw it on the ground. That's not my baby. I threw it on the ground.
Jade sees this. She's heartbroken.
Oh,
And
yeah, it was our only family left in the world.
And then
Now she's all alone.
And then it cuts back to her giving Reese the actual hard drive.
Maybe.
But 10 minutes ago, she lied to him and said that she didn't know what happened, that it got destroyed.
She also gave it to Layla. She also gave it to Mickey Rourke. She
Gave it to a couple different people.
She was handing that shit out everywhere, but not really handing it out at all.
She had like 7 different drives. She didn't know which one was the real one. Okay, so to answer your question about the drive,
right?
I think Reese explained it the best, because she was like, tell me what's on this drive. And he's like, I can't tell you what's on the drive. Just know that it's a lot of dangerous people, a lot of murderous people, and a lot of dangerous people. And then at the end, she was like, are you going to tell me what's on the drive? And he goes, well, if I do, then I'll have to add espionage to your list of charges. And I'm like, huh?
All right. I would have rather just not known. I would have liked it to be like
I fucking love that response.
like fucking
All right.
Pulp Fiction, where they open the briefcase and it's just a golden glow,
Oh, the glow.
and nobody knows what the fuck's in there.
No, you never find out either.
No,
That's the awesome thing about that. You never
I wish
find
they
out.
would have just kind of left it at that. I would have been fine with that. This
Yeah,
was
because it was like 4 different explanations.
okay. You know what? I hate the movie now. I wish I had never seen it, all because of the stupid little box.
Yeah, they
To all our listeners, do not watch this piece of shit movie. You'll never know about the box.
Please
for
do
sure.
not listen to Shakes. He's a little upset right now.
But they gave you a little bit of information, but not enough. No.
Yeah.
Please watch the movie. Yes,
absolutely. It is like I said, you go into it very open-minded. If you smoke. If you drink, drink.
Absolutely
Definitely go into that movie open-minded. Like I said, the acting is very subpar. You could tell that these people are either new to the game or still learning the game, except for Mickey Rourke. He was the absolute star of this movie.
And if we have any OCD listeners out there, could you listen throughout the movie and count how many gunshots didn't actually land on anyone and send me a tally? I would really appreciate it.
It's going to be in the thousands. I guarantee
That's fine.
it.
That's fine.
It's going to be almost like the Predator.
Somebody will enjoy the challenge. I do believe somebody out there, the right kind of person that's pretty close to my personality, will actually sit there and do it.
That's the only people that listen to our show, is the people close to your personality.
Do not take that as an insult. Do not listen to this man. You're a beautiful person.
And on that note, we are Action Movies for Dummies.
And we are out of here, y'all. Have a great day.
Have a good one.